On Instagram, Facebook, and our website. Hello, I am Casey Ford, and I have a very special presentation today because I am with Manvi, the designer behind the Clarte collection of designer jewelry. And I'm blown away by it. We met briefly at JCK this year, but we were so busy popping around the whole place that it's not like we got to catch up or talk or anything. But I'm so excited to get into some of these designs, talk about your inspiration behind them, and just what goes into making these things. But just to give you part of my perspective at JCK, it's pretty wild. I know it's different for you as an exhibitor because you're there at your own booth trying to represent your own brand. Meanwhile, me and the video team and everybody's like just ping-ponging, bouncing all around the entire place. And it's so exciting. I like the first day of JCK. It's this whole massive convention center of jewelry throughout the world. And day one, it's like, oh, wow, look at these sapphires. Oh, wow, look at these diamonds. But by like day 4, day 5, you're just like, sapphires, diamonds. But honestly, when we passed by your booth, which is what happened with Shop LC and you, just seeing these designs, it was a breath of fresh air.
Oh, thank you.
It really just kind of brought out so many amazing things there. So I'm so glad that we're able to present this to our live stream viewers. We are on TikTok, we are on Facebook, Instagram, and our website. We are going to start with, what ring are we starting with? Is it this one right here?
Yes.
It appears to be. Okay, so we're going to start with this ring just to talk you through if you're interested in ordering these pieces. If you're on Facebook or Instagram, you're going to comment sold 101 or whatever number we're calling out per the piece. That's not an obligation. It just means that we're going to send you a message to your DMs so that you can go to our website and check out from there. But while you're watching on the live stream with us, we have a special discount code. Anything that you purchase, you can use Live25 as a coupon discount code at checkout to get an additional 25% off these pieces, which is wild. I don't want to offend you by how low the prices are going to go on some of your amazing pieces. But let's get started with the first one. The Clarte Gatsby Collection Moissanite ring with vermeil yellow gold over sterling silver.
I think this is my favorite collection because it's inspired by the Gatsby era and that Art Deco era. And that glamour and glitz, while still maintaining a very classic solitaire look on the finger. It gives you that glamour and glitz in a daily life with that daily wear.
Absolutely. I mean, the roaring 20s back to the screaming 20s. It's practically been so far. And we're not even halfway through the 20s yet. It doesn't feel like that, but still, to bring back that Art Deco style. And again, like just what sticks out so much. It's so rare that we actually partner with designers. You know, we're so direct to the source when it comes to Shop LC. So we just know that it really takes our breath away when we see these kind of designs that are inspired by something. But tell me more about the brand itself and you and your family and just how long you've been in this industry.
So my dad has been in this industry for over 40 years. He's always been an inspiration, and initially growing up when I would see him work and be amazing at what he does, I guess I always thought maybe I would go in a path of fine arts because I always loved the creative aspect of sketching and drawing. But eventually in college I got my degree in fine arts, and then I moved on to getting a degree in marketing. And while I was doing that, I had a moment with my mom where we were like, there's a touch missing of femininity in this industry of fine jewelry. And we wanted to make a brand called, which ended up being Clarte, that empowered women and educated women on the process of buying fine jewelry. And the whole process would be seamless and very attainable without those heavy markups and all of those things.
And that's what I love so much about it. For example, we'll get to the price, then I want to keep talking about this beautiful ring. But every other day, this would be a $99.99 ring. But because we're watching the live stream, you're going to use that Live25 discount at checkout. And I can do that math. You don't need to pull that calculator up. I know you can too. I'm really good at math, except for when I have a camera pointing at me. But 25% off, that's going to take it down to $75 on... $75. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Manvi. I know this ring is worth so much more than that, given its design, given the attention to detail with it. But tell me about deciding to go with that vermeil yellow gold over sterling silver look.
Yeah, I think that was a way that I could offer Shop LC customers even more value while still having that fine jewelry aesthetic behind it. Vermeil makes the piece beautiful and gives that gold touch. But the Moissanite, why I chose that stone, is the brilliance behind Moissanite. It's eye clean. It's like beautiful. and sparkles more, I think, brilliant than sometimes diamonds even do.
Objectively, with the refractive index
Yeah.
and everything like that.
Yeah.
But also your mixed cuts here. You know,
Yes.
I see you have your round cuts, but then you also have those tapered
Tapered,
baguettes in the center there. I mean, I don't want to put any words in your mouth, but I love how like round and ovals kind of disperse the
Right.
light in all those
Right.
directions.
I agree.
But those baguettes just give you that reflective house of mirrors glisten. Yes, the way that the light hits that table facet and just shines.
I agree.
Wow, here. Actually, if you want to show a little closer to the
Yes,
cameras,
yeah,
just
we need to
show
do
off
that.
this ring. I love these boxes that they come in as well.
So this is what the Gatsby pear ring looks like, if everyone can see. It's a beautiful solitaire classic ring, but it has that edge of the glamour with the hand milligrain border right at the border of this shiny gold. And I think it's a beautiful ring that you can pair in an everyday look or for parties, graduation events, and stuff like that.
Absolutely, and it looks like, I imagine, we're going to have the matching pendant coming up next.
We
Yeah.
are.
And you know, the really bold design choice I love with the pendant coming up is setting it east to west.
Yes.
As opposed to just going with the everyday
Which is very
common.
traditional.
Exactly. You know, there's that Gatsby Art Deco,
Yeah.
that kind of tradition, but putting a spin on it,
Yes.
literally a 90-degree spin, so that pair's facing off to the side like that. And yes, just wow. Tell me a little bit more about the detailing along the edge of it as well.
So that hand milligrain border, I added that to give it an edge to a traditional high polished gold ring. And that detail needs to be done by skilled artisans by hand. Cannot be casted, cannot be any of that nature. So it adds that handcrafted look that all my jewelry is handmade. So it truly represents that unique woman. Every woman will get a different touch to each ring.
And you
It
make
won't
it-
be the same.
And you make a great point with that. I
Yeah.
keep pointing out to viewers where I think people like to assume that jewelry, it's kind of like an old Acme machine on the
Yeah.
conveyor belt. It goes into one side, little hammers, and
Yeah.
do and like a saw blade comes through. Then ding, some finished beautiful piece of jewelry comes out the other side. That is not the case. It really is hand done, individually hand set moisanites in this piece. But just the high polished shine as well on that border that's
Yeah.
surrounded by your mill graining. It's really breathtaking. I'm just gonna see how well I can. It looks so much better. You were doing a great job too. It's so hard to try to show off this
It is
jewelry with
so
these
hard.
two little phone cameras, but the jewelry does speak for itself. It does shine. But I mean, we don't have the most flattering lights up here, these big LED panel lightings. But for you to see that polish and that shine on that high polish setting there as well. But yes, we are here on the Shop LC live stream. I'm Casey Ford. We are with Monvi. Please comment. Please let us know what you think.
Yes.
Please let us know what you want us to get to. We've got so many beautiful pieces of jewelry out here. I think we're going to be moving on to that matching pendant or necklace to be more precise. Ooh, that's coming right off the thumbtacks on the back there.
And it will be a Texas 2-4 as well.
Texas 2-4 is what Elias likes to call it. We got Elias behind the scenes here doing all the clicks and the clacks and the bleeps and the bloops, keeping us on your live stream live. But yes, this is an 18 inch, but we have that extender. We have that lobster claw with so many jump rings that you can make it whatever length that you so desire. But yeah, I mean, this is perfectly matching. I'll let you hold and show it off. But yes, that same hair shape with your moisanites, 20 points of moisanites to be precise.
But it's a beautiful pendant that goes from 18 to 20 inches, and you can layer it and add it as a mix and match chain effect, and it's a beautiful pendant. And I think that versatility is definitely added with it being east to west compared to north to south, which is very traditional for pear-shaped pendants or pear-shaped rings. But it's a beautiful everyday pendant, perfect for gifting, and a perfect layering piece as well.
Absolutely. I also am noticing this is going to be comment sold 102 if you're watching on Facebook or Instagram. So comment sold 102 in the chat. That just means that we're going to send you a link in your DMs so that you can go to our website and see the exact same details that I'm seeing off to the side here, and you can check out from there like you would at any online shopping store. I'm also seeing that we have other options of shape on the website. I don't have them out here with us to display, but if you're thinking, oh man, but if it was a round, or oh man, if it were an emerald cut shape on the outside with 4 round cut moisanites, and it looked like it was 5 baguette cut moisanites. But either way, they all average around 20 points of moisanites. That beautiful refractive sparkling. Well, yeah, you were at JCK.
Yes.
The thing I noticed there was a whole section for natural diamonds, a whole section for lab grown diamonds. But I'm just seeing so many white sparkling gemstones competing for people's attention right now.
Yeah.
And it's a great moment because all those gemstones are trying to undercut one another to remain relevant in just the jewelry market. But a lot of people have been choosing moissanite for that refractive index, for that sparkle, for that rainbow flash of color that you're going to see out of it.
Speaking of JCK, here's a quick glimpse of the JCK video.
I try to load up Elias with all kinds of the video content that we shot out there, but yeah, there we are. Look, yeah, we're walking, we're smiling. This is a little bit staged, but hey, look, we found the booth. Like we didn't know where it was going to be in the first place, but there we are. But I mean, you just have one of the most elegant booths out there, and it just caught everybody's attention walking by. Like I said, it was an entire convention center floor, and it's so exciting to be there. I love going to JCK. But after a while, like so much of it just sort of seems like, another lab-grown diamond, another solitaire, But then you go by this and you see these designs, your award-winning designs. This is coming up later, but you even had your little. You're so humble about so much of this, but I could tell. Like you had your little there, your design. We got the ring and the pendant coming up later on, but just that you. Well, I mean, tell me a little bit about. Award-winning designs. These are literally award-winning designs at JCK.
They are. I actually have won a few awards. The 2022, 2023, 2024 design awards by In-Store magazine. And then I also won the Emerging Designer Award by In-Store. I just love designing, and it's really awkward for me to talk about awards.
I can tell. I'm sorry for making you brag.
No, I just love designing, and it makes me honored that someone sees that love when I get these awards. And I just really want to push unique designs out there for every woman.
And we're honored to have these out here as well. But again, you're matching Gatsby style necklace that matches the ring perfectly. Another starting everyday low shop LC price that's already out of the ballpark at $99.99. Again, live 25 discount code. Use that at your checkout. It's going to take it down to $75. And then you can also budget pay this. I don't know why we even allow that. It seems unfair. It seems so unfair. But after splitting it into 5, interest-free, no fees involved budget payments, you got that for me, Elias? I'm talking too much to do the math in my head at the same time. There he goes. $15 a month. I pay more than that for just about any of my streaming services.
Yeah, for Hulu.
Exactly.
It's
for
crazy.
Hulu. Whoa! Without the ads, I'm not made of money, Monvi. I still got my ads. Granted, I got the Disney Plus bundle and all that fun stuff.
That's true.
Now Disney probably took us off of TikTok, but whatever. We're on the live stream. We're having fun. We're having a great time. Yes. With the Gatsby collection. Tell me more about Gatsby. I mean, Art Deco, of course, and all that. Roaring 20s.
Yes. I really wanted traditional classic solitaire pendants, rings, bangles to have an edge. And I felt in the market, those are always out there, but there's no different factor to them, or an edge, or an X factor. So with the Gatsby collection, I wanted there to be a solitaire collection, but that edge be there with the hand milligrane and the way the high polished border is that surrounds that moissanite head. It should be different. It should be like when you're sitting in a room, it looks like a solitaire ring, but it'd be an edge. Someone can talk to you about, oh, that's so cool the way that polish is done or the milligrane is done.
That you can see it from that distance. Yeah. That you're kind of going backwards and forwards. You're going back to those roaring 20s with that classic look, but you're making it affordable. You're making it stand out, and you're giving it those little contemporary flashes as well. So you're not just, Art Deco. I'm just going to look in an Art Deco art book and sketch something incredibly similar. You've put so much of your own design and your own flourishes on it. But yes. We'll move on to the next thing, but I also want to point out at Shop LC, we have our Holiday Spectacular Sweepstakes happening from now through November 23rd, every single day. Go to shoplc.com, click to your right. It's one of our main landing pages. It's going to stand out to you like a sore thumb because it says Holiday Spectacular Sweepstakes. You're going to click that big black box that says Enter Now. All you need to do, you can enter every day between now and November 23rd. Put in your information. We just need that so we know where to send your prize when you win. Today's prize is a 55-inch 4K TV, smart TV from TCL. And a runner-up today will also win a $100 Shop LC store credit, which for reasons that make no sense to me means that you can use that store credit to take your Gatsby collection Clarte pendant or ring home. So be sure to enter the sweepstakes. Again, no purchase necessary. You can enter every day. Amazing prizes through there. But we are moving on to some earrings, I believe.
Favorite design.
I'm going to take this ring out of here and set it to the side. I just pass these off to you. You get your butterfly backs on those. These are your Starry Night collection. So you're staying in that art world. Starry Night, of
Really,
course.
this was inspired by definitely Van Gogh's painting, the infamous Starry Night painting. Because if you look up close, you can see there are moissanite scattered all throughout these earrings. But more than that, they're a very fun play on that charm type aesthetic where these kind of move. They're not stationary or soldered. So it gives you a fun, playful vibe while still being a very nice size on the ear, not too heavy, and really give you that art feel without being too much or too out there.
You want to be elegant, you want to make a statement, but you don't want to be too ostentatious.
I agree.
And these are 1.35 carats of moissanites as well. We're staying in that really refractive, beautiful, sparkling white gemstone area with your yellow gold vermeil over sterling silver once again. Keeping it nice and, but yeah, just the way that these are, I'm just going to hold one. But yeah, just nice and secure, of course, with your classic butterfly backs. And like you said, having that motion. It's not all
soldered.
It's not all soldered together, so you get that motion between your three pieces. They're going to move with you, and that's going to cause your earrings to move around. That's going to cause that sparkle. Not to just waggle them at you like that, but they're going to move. You get that secondary motion, and that just gives it more opportunity to catch the light, to sparkle, to do everything. And just the... How many... Okay. How did you put 262 moissanites in these earrings? So that would be 131 moissanites per ear.
Yeah. It's an extremely labor-intensive process, especially since it's a burnish setting and a prong setting. So it's mixed settings, which is even more tedious in manufacturing and production. But that's what gave this that elevated aspect, is that mixing those settings and giving that true look into the earrings.
Yes, your burnish that you're talking about is here going around the entire perimeter, but I'm seeing all those mixed sizes as well. It's not uniform along that outer larger hoop. And then you have some on the inner track of that as well. A pair here. A larger one here. Like you were saying with Van Gogh, and just you put that splotch of paint wherever it needs to be, and you put a moissanite exactly wherever it needed to be. But then you went a little more traditional with your inner hoop, with your double halo there, and your 3 rows on what would, I hate to call it the veil because it's not a pendant, of course.
No, but it's that similar vibe, yeah.
Now we do have a quick studio shout out. We have Barbara joining us on Facebook. She commented, "I almost missed this."
Well, I'm so glad you didn't miss this, Barbara. I've been so excited about the show. I usually do not do the morning show. I am not a morning person, and I know it's pretty late in the morning, but I'm a creative. I'm on the video content team, so my mornings are a little bit later than most other people's. But once I knew that I was going to be able to be presenting along with just an incredible designer with Monvi, I said, no, I'll be here. I got my coffee. Every time I vanish this way, I'm taking a sip of my coffee so I can keep my energy up where it needs to be. To have just, wow, the enthusiasm for these incredible designs that we're able to present them to you. So, Barbara, I'm so glad you were here to check it out. But yes, this, again, let's get to the price on these ones as well. Well, actually, I want to put a ruler on this as well, so people understand. So your presentation here, from top to bottom, is going to be just an inch, right? Well, you already knew, because you're the designer.
No.
I made these to be an inch, because that's the perfect height, that's the perfect...
And it gives that feeling of everyday and going out without being too much, so you can transition easily.
You go right from the office right to happy hour, right to whatever. Not too heavy or anything, even though there's substantial sterling silver, of course, with the gold vermeil over, as with the other parts of the collection. But okay, again, everyday low Shop LC price, which I even hate to say on these things, would be $199.99. But we're using that live 25 discount code, so that's I just sort of take a big gulp there because that means that we're going to be able to offer it to you during our live stream and only during our live stream. A little bit afterwards, we keep that code open, but that's a code that we are only able to provide on everything that we offer right now. That takes it down to $149.99. Or it's so easy for me to do it when I don't have somebody out here with me. I was like, yeah, we're taking the price down too, but it's like, oh no, I'm so sorry, but someone's going to be able to own your beautiful handcrafted earrings.
At the end of the day, it's that
somebody's going to be able to
to go
own
there.
your beautiful handcrafted earrings for $30 a month.
That's amazing.
On budget pay for 5 months. And budget pay, no interest. We're not going to do some credit check on you that's going to have, oh no, my credit score went down because, nope, nothing like that. No fees, no interest. $30 a month, 5 months. These earrings are yours, and you're going to love them.
And we do have another studio shout out. We have Erin joining us on Insta. She commented, pretty earrings.
Erin says pretty earrings. See,
I thought the same too. I'm a big fan of the design. Just
Elias behind the scenes here, he's a big fan of the design. Of course, yeah. I mean, these are just spectacular. We have so much to get to, though. I know we're getting a little bit behind, but...
Yes, that was our Sold 103, by the way.
And these are Sold 103. Comment Sold 103 on Facebook, Instagram. Not an obligation. All that means is we send you that link to your DMs, so you can click on that. You can see the same details I'm seeing off to the side here. When I look like I'm daydreaming off to the side, I'm just looking at our item details on our monitor off to the side. But you will see that same info. Just check out like you would on any online website, and they will be yours.
And next beauty.
This is 2 rings in one.
Yeah, really.
This is absolutely 2 rings in one with your disco collection.
This is honestly inspired by the traditional disco ball and the sparkle that no matter where that disco ball moves or rotates to, it gives you that shine. And this split shank design truly is an ode to traditional rings. And with those baguettes set kind of asymmetrically right in the center, truly gives you that added fun, playful vibe to this ring.
Fun.
But it's a beautiful everyday ring and would probably stack well with all the other rings you have in your
It
collection.
stacks well with itself.
Exactly, that's also true.
It's got so much going on just in and of itself with doubles.
Yes,
It's a split
right.
shank.
Right.
Because you have your 2 split shanks between each design of the... I can do a little bit better here. But yeah, it's like a ring with its split shank shoulders, but then it's like mitosis. It just, it's so beautiful it wanted to split into 2. So you get 2 rings and then that also splits off, but they both curve around to meet one another. So it just has that organic feel to it. And okay, so you have it. The details tell me 10 baguette moissanite, of course, with your 5 and 5 in your little center stations here. But then another 131 round cut moissanites. So again, I mean, there's almost a maximalist feel to decide. But like you said, it's obviously from the disco collection, inspiring a disco ball.
Yeah.
And you don't stop putting those.
No, that reflective mirrors.
You don't, Yes, exactly. You don't stop putting those surfaces for those refractive mirrors because you want this to catch the light from any given angle. So you have 1.4 carats of moissanite just split from, and just even trying to look at, yes, this goes at least 180 degrees around so that it does sparkle from all those angles, but it's more than 180. I mean, I got my ruler. I don't have and there's like a tiny protractory thing on the back of my ruler, but it's not detailed enough that I can do it on the ring.
And with this ring, one added element to all the rings is that little signature right in the back where it says Clarte. In this picture, you might not be able to see it, but there will be a little moissanite hidden right next to the Clarte logo. That is my added touch to keep my customer in mind. Added little signature.
I love hidden details like that. I mean,
and it's comfort fit with the ring, so it's all comfortable when you're wearing it.
Here, I'm going to show them that under gallery.
And very comfortable for you to have it on all the time.
Very comfortable finish on the back. And yes, I'm never going to be able to show that,
that
little hidden detail, but I love when people put those little Easter eggs into their jewelry. Just the moissanite's going to touch your skin.
Exactly.
It's not for anybody else but for you. Because when you wear that jewelry, it's not just about showing off to the world. It's about making yourself feel good. So knowing that you have something that isn't so overt, but it's more personal, it's more internal, and that you put it right next to that signature with the Clarte logo. Just that hallmark in there just makes it all the more special. But again, just I always talk about the craftsmanship and how much labor goes into these things, but again, there's no compromise with it when you decide that you're going to place that many individually hand-set moissanites into a piece of jewelry.
Yeah.
and then offer it. Gold. Now I'm doing the gulping because it's regular price $229.99. But after your Live 25 discount code, and please do not forget to enter that Live 25 code at checkout. That takes this one down to $172.49 for, and this is platinum over sterling silver. And yeah, nobody needs to put that platinum over the sterling silver.
True.
It's just another attention to detail.
Added luxury and added durability.
Added durability, just added sheen, added shine to it, and it really shows through with how it does just shine. And it's not like the moissanite's need any help shining.
That's true.
As well. And frankly, when I just look at it, on the tip of my finger here, I can't see much of that platinum over sterling silver anyway because it's so covered in moissanites. I almost need to be looking at the back of it in order to even see the detail that puts onto it. But just that attention to detail, just that when that you're going to be purchasing from Monvi, when you know that you're getting in on the Clarte collection, there's no compromise involved with these. There's, of course, things that we're doing to make sure that we can bring beautiful, elegant, luxurious looks at a far more affordable price, but that there weren't any corners cut in that process.
Exactly.
And now, is this?
Yes, I need to update them on that. We'll skip that for now.
Okay, we're going to do a different one than the one that I was just shown, but yes. We're 1/2 an hour in to our 2-hour show, Clarte with Monvi. I'm Casey Ford. Follow me on Facebook. I try to share some of the behind the scenes. I share one of the little montages, the manufacturing actually of your geode piece, just to try to get people pumped up for the show. Just some little stills that we had from JCK. Ooh, we've got the color. You've got it right on your side, so I'll let you take it from there.
Okay.
I really want to hear about the design inspiration behind this one.
So the cutlery ring was inspired by traditional Indian rings in this shape women tend to wear, and it's a sign of good luck and protection. So that I really wanted to take into this V-shape style ring when I took a go at it to design. And it's meant to stack. So on the Shop LC website, you guys can see different variations of different gemstones that we offer this in, like ruby and sapphire and emerald. You can see that, and they're all stackable, and you can choose which direction you would like the triangle to go. And it's really comfortable, comfort fit, and you can adapt it and add maybe like a wedding band here and make it a different stack each and every time.
Beautiful, and like almost chevron style.
Yes.
Like I'm used to seeing that in a lot of jewelry, but you went really bold with it. Like it really just shoots for the edge and gives you that point. And just the even way that.
Yeah, like this, the sapphire version of it, right? What we're showing.
Exactly, but I even love how it's almost reminiscent of a heart shape.
Yes,
from that profile view, if you
right.
hold it out like that. And again, your little signature, I can see it so much easier,
Yes,
of course, in the
here,
design and the TV. But that Clarte hallmark in there and your moissanite set right in there that you can hold right onto your finger. But yes, also just the way that you have these round cuts graduated throughout as opposed to keeping them all uniform, which would have been a lot easier.
Yes.
But it isn't about being easy. This is about doing it right. Wow. And as I said, this one is comment sold 10.
So we sold 105.
105. And if you comment sold 105, we have the sapphire iteration right now in the studio with us, but on our website we also have a ruby iteration and an emerald iteration. So the three classics: your ruby, your sapphire, your emerald. So go ahead and check those out. If you were like, "Ooh, I love this one," but I'm feeling green or I'm feeling red, Well, but again, you can get all three. You can stack them. You'll have your RGB, which is me coming from a video background, the three colors that you use to make any other color. But again, just going to kind of look at the drop on this one where it gives you a 3/4 of an inch. I don't even know how to describe it because it's such a unique design.
It's such a
but just
unique
that drop
ring.
of it.
Yes.
And,
And
the way
it's
that
comfortable on the side and the shank. It won't poke or hurt your other rings.
it really is, and you would kind of wonder about that, of course, as being
Yes.
such a innovative and out there design. I mean, I'm going to show my own little pinky here, but it's in the way that it still kind of points in that same direction on the other side. But yes, you have 11 round cut blue sapphires weighing in at 70 points. This is another yellow gold vermeil over sterling silver. Beautiful piece. And just having those little windows, those little... There's the show 'em on the inside as well. Well, yeah, I'm going to try with that little Clarte stamp, but it's going to be so hard on the phones, of course.
Yeah.
But wow. Yes, and your one round moissanite
Mm-hmm.
has the details in there as
Here's
well.
that zoom in.
Oh yeah.
Elias with the enhance. That, like, I don't understand why it doesn't. Whenever they do that in like the little cop shows and things, like zoom in on the
I
foot.
do like that moissanite touch there right next to the Clarte.
Yeah, Elias, he's loving the moissanite. I'm loving the moissanite. Just such a great gemstone to really get into, and it's becoming so much more popular out there. And again, we're talking. That's me knocking everything around here. Well, here, I was going to set this one to the side. We'll know when we get to it, and I'll bring it back up there. I'll spend half the rest of the show trying to balance it again like Elias did at the beginning of the show. But yes, going back to just the, hey, guess what? Back in the Gatsby days, I know we're out of the Art Deco. This is obviously not Art Deco. But they didn't have the luxury of putting moissanite in things back then.
Right.
They didn't have the same materials. It was all or nothing with some of those things. So it's another way to democratize,
Yes.
to make these things available, and to make them affordable. Speaking of making this affordable, every day on this one is going to be $159.99. But you've been watching me, Casey Ford, and Monvi. So you know you're going to use that Live 25 discount code. And when you do, that takes us all the way down to $119.99. And wow. Just the stackability of them, just the... It's almost like a necklace for your finger in that way that it just kind of drops down. I know it sounds like such a silly thing to say, but I'm not afraid to say silly things out here on the live stream where we can get away with a lot more than we sometimes can on that live broadcast. And we get away with a lot on that live broadcast too. So it's not even like that's that big of a boundary there. But yes, $119.99. for your sapphires, or as I said, go to the website if you want the ruby or the emerald options. They're equally beautiful. Just the one that we happen to have in the studio with us today is the sapphire with those graduated round cuts. And round cuts, I just love that cut. It's a fancy cut, and people are sometimes surprised when they hear that round is a fancy cut of gemstone, but it's also a very wasteful cut of gemstone. So I always say out here, I mean, I was just saying it last afternoon, you have to use round cut with intentionality, because you don't want to just waste that rough material.
Exactly, I agree.
Without having a good reason in mind. And this is a great reason in mind to just, these need to be rounds. You know, if they were ovals, it just wouldn't
work.
Yeah, it wouldn't work at all. And you're the designer, you're telling me, because you're absolutely right with that one. But I just love this ring, I love those earrings. Everything so far, and we've got so much more to get to. So I believe we're going to be moving on. What do we have next, Elias?
We are going to do that earlier bracelet. Let's see.
The earlier bracelet.
This
Ooh.
beauty right here.
Do we have the two different sizes of this one? It appears to me.
We actually have two different sizes, correct?
Okay, so are we showing both of these at the same time?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'll hand you the one that's more likely to fit you, and not that this is designed for me and it's not going to fit me, but I'll hold on to the larger one because we have...
So this is how this bracelet looks. It's a beautiful everyday stackable bracelet, which was basically inspired by the way the shoreline meets sand and that glistening the water does to the sand. And that's replicated with the moissanite scattering from a more concentrated edge to a more scattered edge. And it's a beautiful everyday bracelet that can be stacked, that can be worn every single day without needing to be taken off, with that comfort fit. And also this tapering that's done where it's thickest to thinner to give that comfort, to the comfort and stackable nature of the bracelet as well.
Yeah, when you were describing how this is kind of like the ocean crashing against the shore, I could hear it. And just that calming effect. And you know, jewelry should excite us sometimes, but it should also give us that confidence, and sometimes with confidence comes the calm. And just the churning of the ocean and the seas and those waves, and the way that there's so much force to that, and the way that it hits across, and yes, just the way that these are all set. I mean, it's very reminiscent.
And again, it's a burnished setting all throughout, so that requires a lot of labor and manufacturing attention to make sure the mosaics aren't damaged or the gold isn't damaged. So it's a very technical piece, but it's also that brilliance is always there with the way the scattering is.
Of course,
made.
and it very much reminds me of the outer hoop of your Starry Night earrings that we had before.
Yes.
But yes, and just having your insert box clasp with your safety hinge,
the most security.
Yeah, I always do my little airline safety kind of just insert with the clasp over to make sure it's nice and secure and make sure it's nice and tight, and you are ready for takeoff. You are ready for takeoff with this beautiful bangle. And again, this is another vermeil yellow gold over sterling silver, 1.2 carats of moissanite. How many moissanites do we have in this one, Elias?
Yes. Here is your breakdown specs.
135, but again, with all that, as you were saying, the burnish setting
It's all
and the
burnished,
labor that it
yes.
goes into it, and it's all, there was and again, you got your stamp right there. Your Clarte. Well, it's not recording there. I don't need to scramble that one around though. But anyways, everyday low shop LC price $254.99, and that was already marked down for some reason from $299. And that's another thing too about this Live 25 from our live stream. Most places aren't going to let you stack deals like this because we already marked this down from $299.99 all the way down to $254.99. But we're still, for some reason, going to let you use that Live 25 discount code. And when you do, that takes your price down to, I'm so sorry,
No.
$191.24.
That's great.
For a bangle.
That's great.
I mean, it's already out of the realm of possibility for me when we're talking about like rings, but to get all that much more gold, to get all that work in that bangle that's going to sit so nicely and comfortably on your wrist. I'm completely finished in the back. No openings there, and just again, like you said, just that calming sparkle of that sea foam coming against the shore as it crashes along with all your scattered moissanites. And yes, it takes such precision to put things in nice, neat little rows, but it takes artistry to then say, you know what, we're gonna draw a little bit outside of the lines.
Yeah.
We're still gonna have that precision, but we're not gonna stick entirely
That's
to
true. That's
row,
true.
row. Exactly. There's a playfulness to these. There's playfulness and elegance, and those are not too easy aesthetics to combine with one another. But that's why you're the designer. That's why you get to bring those things together in beautiful bangle pieces like this.
I do like how you mentioned earlier too how it matched our 103, our earrings.
Yeah.
Earrings.
It could be the perfect little set and suite.
Yes, and those earrings, what were those? Earrings were sold 103, because the first two were the Gatsby collection, and then sold 103 are those earrings. So if you're interested in those earrings, those are sold 103. The bangle right now is sold 106. Again, if you are watching on Facebook or Instagram, just comment sold 106 if you're interested in the bangle. It is not an obligation. It just means that we send you a link to your DM so that you can click on it, get to our website, and see the same information that I'm offering to you right now. It looks like we're going to be moving on to
We're going to do another ring auction.
another
We're going
ring.
to do our Gatsby Duo collection.
The Gatsby Duo. I didn't even know which one we were going to, but I had my eye on that one.
And we only have
Here, I'll
one
start.
size available as well.
Okay, we are down to the 6 on this, and
Ooh.
that's a testament to how successful these have been and just how popular that they've been. That we are down to the size 6. Well, you just had 2 of our live broadcast shows on Wednesday and Thursday, and now you're here with the live stream on Friday. So unfortunately, I'm getting some of just the leftovers. But at the same time, it means I can just do so many more things with the price because we have the leftovers of what remains of what's been some very successful events presenting these amazing designs. But yes, we're down to the size 6. Although because of the nature of this one, there's a little bit of give to it.
There is a little bit of give to it. And
not a ton.
half,
I'm not gonna.
Maybe 1/4 to maybe half, but that's pretty much.
Yeah, I'm not gonna sprint onto my size 10 pinky or anything like that, because we're gonna have a bad time if I do. But wow, I mean, this is another. It's like 2 rings in one, just like your other ring was 2 rings in one. There's kind of a duality thing going on here.
It's really that aesthetic of the trois mois. I really love that whole love aspect to it, but it's a unique take with it being 2 emerald cuts with that whole pave channel setting on that one head that is fully embellished and that other head with that high polished border. It gives you that embellishment while still keeping that classic nature intact with the ring.
Beautiful. And you have your 27 round moissanites and your 10 baguette moissanites in this. Your 10 obviously coming from your 5 per, and then your rounds with your 4. Well, I mean, I can say the left of the mirror image, so it's going to be the right to our viewers. But hey, you can wear it either which way. Not that it totally matters. And then your full halo of also your round cut moissanites, and just again another piece where you're matching your baguette and your round cuts.
And the milligrain border is also here.
Of
So that
course.
added that element of handcrafted touch.
And that milligram border, thank you for pointing that out, because yes, it's just another piece of, and do I see?
Yeah,
I see your little
that's
secret
right.
moissanite right there too.
Let's see if I can pull that up.
But it's a beautiful ring that is also part of the Gatsby collection, but added twist of the Tuomo.
Beautiful. Yeah, and just that whole thing where, it's a bit of an illusion when you wear it because, you just have that nice little gap between them
Yes.
where it's like, ooh, it's like they're floating
Yes.
right next to each other. They're so close, but they don't quite touch.
Touch.
Hmm.
That's true.
A beautiful piece, and this one of, wow. I just got caught off guard looking at the start price on this one because the start price in this one is also $99.99. This is an easy enough 25% discount to do. That's going to take it down to $75. Just $75 for, again, that vermeil, yellow gold over the sterling silver, your moissanites, all that labor, all that work, all those moissanites just doing their job, shining, shimmering, sparkling, giving those flashes of color and light. And that just means that if you want to take advantage of those budget pays, 5 interest-free budget payments, no fees, no minimums on this, $15 per month. We talked about streaming services, and I mean, I think about even just grabbing my Starbucks this morning.
Yes,
It wasn't
true.
quite 15 grabbing a breakfast sandwich too, but it was pretty darn close. And to think that for 5 months I could just skip one coffee and one
Yeah.
breakfast sandwich, which I probably should be doing per month, and be able to own something this luxurious, this beautiful. This just, I mean, obviously the design that goes into it. Just to kind of remind people, I know we're about 45 minutes into it, so if you missed the beginning, we ran into Monvi and the Clarte line at the JCK Gem Show 2 years ago, but
Yes.
I only got to go to it this most recent year in end of May, early June, and just for a designer, that show to stand out as much as her collection did to us as we walk around an entire convention center of just an embarrassment of riches when it comes to jewelry. I mean, it's just the capital of the world for that moment in the jewelry industry. So for something to stand out for being as well designed, as luxurious, but also as accessible as these pieces are, it really means something. And that's why, we don't, Shop LC, we don't really, and we're so direct to the source, we're usually dealing not with the designers, we're usually dealing with the miners. We're usually like haggling over a 55-gallon drum of rocks that came out of the earth. So when we're actually deciding that, no, we want to partner with, we want to even speak to and strike this up with a designer, that really says something. And
you.
I mean, right now, I think some of our most active ones are going to be you and our GP collection. So yeah, it's not very often that we decide that it's this way to go, but I'm so glad that we have. Here we have some models showing off some of the many of your amazing jewelry designs and collections. Ooh, do we have that?
Yeah,
There's something similar to, I think we have a similar
Yes.
ring, but I don't know if we have that pendant in this one. Well, there's a pendant
That's-
matching
yes.
the earrings.
We have these coming up. I think.
Yes, we have those earrings coming up. I think we may have we have them coming up right now, as a matter of fact. And I think I have the manufacturing video for those ones that we can work on queuing up. And
Yes. Let me see if I
geez, I'm also looking at the start price on these, and I don't even want to say it. But wow, this is your kaleidoscope collection.
Yes.
Tell me
So
about kaleidoscopes.
Kaleidoscope was basically inspired by that fun little kaleidoscope toy we always had as kids. And it's a beautiful collection that basically goes on the fact of mixing textures of gold, like where you see that the bottom is all sand finished and satin finished right at the top, and then the top is a waved gold embellished by these bezel set moissanites. So it's a really fun take on mixing textures and the type of the curvature of the gold and giving you these fun hoops to add to your wardrobe.
And that's one thing that I really love about the Clarte collections, where there's all those, what are they, the 7 elements of art design.
Yes.
And I think one that's often forsaken in jewelry that people don't pay attention to is texture.
Texture, yes.
And that you really go into that with particularly the kaleidoscope collection, where
It's really the texture, that play of high and satin and that texture
Yeah, I'm
of
gonna
the
kinda
whole
push them-
overall gold.
Yeah, I'm pushing them up here so you can kind of see just that texturing on the bottom half, but then that smoothness and that silkiness. It's almost like a barber pole with those kind of spirals around there, where that's your high polish, high shimmer, but then down here, but that, what do you call it, sand finished?
Yes.
Sand finished on there. But yeah, I mean, I know that's what really caught our eye, and I know one of those pieces of yours was another one that you may have had one of your little placards for, because it was one of your design awards, of course. Ooh. Where'd that come from, Elias?
Here, our next auction as well.
I mean, we have this bangle coming up next, but this is just going to, it's so, this bangle is so huge. It's just going to allow me to show you that sand finish texturing on the one side. I mean, this is obviously the Kaleidoscope collection as well.
Good duo with the earrings.
Yeah, nice duo with the earrings. So imagine this isn't something that's big enough for me to hold in my fist. Imagine that design, but in your earrings. And also, again, of course, with your moisanites. 40 points of moisanites. But again, you never take the easy way out. You never, ever take the easy way out with those. The way that they're set in there. Different sizes, asymmetrically. Just kind of scattered like that sea foam. I'm seeing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm seeing 8 of your... Oh, what's going on with this one there? At least I got one of those arrow things popping up on the TikTok side of it. I'm going to go into teacher mode with my ruler here in the meantime. But yeah, just that high polish finish swirling around at the top here. But then your 8 moisanites set in there. But just scattered in that same kind of...
Yeah.
It feels effortless, but it takes so much effort.
Definitely, and in the designing process, it's also really hard to know how much you should vary a size, because if it's too much, it looks a little off to the design. So that aspect is definitely hard too in the designing process.
Yeah, you don't want to just be like polka dots. You want to have some intentionality.
That's true.
But just that how tricky it is to make something look effortless.
Yes.
When it still takes precision, when it still takes artistry, when it still takes all those things. But then to finish it off with your sand finish along the bottom there. Well, wow. Okay. So this is another one where we have an estimated retail on these, which I completely agree with, of $700. That then we took down to $200 on our website. But then for some reason, and this makes no sense to me, we took it down to $170. And then even despite all those cuts, we're still going to let you take that 25% discount with the live 25 discount code, which will take it down to $127.49. $127.49, or you can even budget pay that down to $25.50 per month, 5 months, interest free, no fees, no credit checks, nothing like that. But just, again, I'm going to take one of these off here. You're probably going to know off the top of your head, but I want to put a ruler on them too so that they know how tall that drop is going to be.
Now we do have a quick studio shout out from Erica joining us on Facebook. She commented sold 108.
108 was
our current earrings.
The earrings. I'm so glad you love these earrings, Erica. Like I said, there's no obligation. You're just going to get to that same product description page that we're seeing off to my side here when I keep looking like I'm staring off into space. But you're going to fall in love with these, and you're going to... And I keep saying this about our jewelry too. It's one thing when we're just looking at it here, when I take a ruler and point at a still image behind me, or when I wag it in front of some phone cameras, but once you actually experience these
100%.
with your own eyes in 3 dimensions and get to see how it reacts to more natural lighting than our unforgiving panel lighting that we have in the studio here, you're just going to fall in love. And then when you wear them and when you get those compliments that you're going to get, I mean, it's not even a if, it's a when.
How and when?
If, when, how, yes. Inch and an eighth but here's what I'm loving too. I hadn't even noticed this before. I mean, simple hinge closure here, nice and easy to get on, but it's not a perfect oval.
No.
It's not a perfect oval at all, and that's even harder to do once again.
And it's done intentionally because it would lay the best on the ear and distribute the weight the best. And it's not too heavy on the ear at all, while still giving you a nice look and width to the earring. So
at its widest point, 1 1/8 inches tall, and 7/8 of an inch in its width. And actually, just to give you your width, which I don't think I've ever measured the width of what's. I don't want to say essentially a hoop earring because it's so much more than a hoop earring. But then you have 6 geez, I'm
It's
thrown off
hard.
by it. No, 9/16ths.
Ooh.
9/16ths of an inch. See, I'm
That's
already
hard.
down. I've never gone down to 9/16ths of an inch on a piece of jewelry but you're just making these to the width that they need to be.
Yes,
You're
yes.
not going by just. I'm gonna make sure it's a quarter. I'm gonna make sure it's.
That's true.
But wow, they're beautiful, and we have the bangle coming up.
Yes, we do.
We have the bangle coming up. And where did that bangle go? Did you?
No, I don't.
Did I steal
Oh,
the bangle
right there,
somehow?
right there.
Okay, I put it. I get so carried away. So again, what do I have over here? Let me grab something to polish this up a bit. I got my fingerprints all over it, and
I
it
call
deserves
these the Wonder Woman bangle.
the Wonder Woman bangle. Elias is trying to do a little bit of branding from behind the scenes here. But this is also part of that kaleidoscope design. Oh, hand it over to
Beautiful
you.
design. Beautiful design.
Sure. But I love this cuff. It is a beautiful statement cuff that really you could see the beautiful texturing here and that different wave created on this side of the gold with the beautiful vertical bezel set multi-sized moissanite. And it's a cuff style and has room to maybe slightly tighten and slightly loosen because of the way of the cuff is. You can squeeze it in to tighten it a bit and then squeeze it out to loosen it a bit. So it adds versatility in that sense in sizing as well.
Absolutely beautiful. Again, so similar to the earrings. So if you got in on those earrings, you're really going to want to get in on this cuff as well. We have 1/2 carat of your round cut moissanites, 19 moissanites to be precise. And yes, we're calling this a 6.5 inch, but that obviously gets a little bit convoluted when it comes to a cuff like this. But as Monty said, it'll have a little bit of give. I mean, doesn't mean take it home and just
That's true. That's true.
be nice and gentle, but let it accommodate to you and let it complement your look. But again, we were talking about texture, and I don't want to move off of texture too quickly, just because of that sand finish. And as I was saying, I keep forgetting what is it 7 or 8 principles of art or elements of art.
7.
I think it's 7. Yes, it's like color, medium.
There's a lot, yeah.
I keep forgetting what they are, but texture just being.
Texture is one of them too, and it's just, I think texture plays a huge part in jewelry sometimes to set it apart a little bit, to add that little element that it doesn't make a huge difference, but just adds that little highlight to each piece.
But to me, it's just one of the elements that gets forgotten the
Yes,
most
yes.
because some mediums don't. I mean, you can do it with like painting, with the way that I'm going to
true.
dabble with a brush.
True.
But particularly with so much art being digital these days, digital art doesn't really lend itself particularly well to texture. You can do it, but it's you have to be kind of mimicking more organic, more physical
Yes.
mediums in order to accomplish texture in a digital form. But this being about as undigital as you can get by being a physical piece of jewelry that you're going to wear. Here we go.
Yes.
We got the manufacturing process as well. So tell me a little bit about, as this kind of plays,
Yes.
what this means.
So when it's starting, I'll tell you.
Okay, that seems like the cue. It's going to loop back around.
Okay,
Here we go.
So it starts off with obviously the sketching and then the 3D model that it has to come out so I can see proportions and how it will fit. Then it gets made with the different metals, the stones are set, the hand texture is done, and then polished to give that high sheen to the polished side. And then you could here see the little stone being set, that's part of the signature, and the Clarte being engraved.
Beautiful. And
It's
yes.
a very hand artisanal process.
And again, I keep trying to remind viewers that like I was saying, you think that jewelry just kind of like Acme goes into a conveyor belt, like you're at the airport or whatever, just ding, comes out the other end and it's complete. And what was the big deal? It's not like that with jewelry, especially not with something as designer as this, just as well crafted as this. Again, with your moissanites and just not being in those straight rows that a lot of people just, row moissanite, row moissanite, done. No.
Now we do have a quick studio shout out from Barbara. She commented she has the earrings and they are very beautiful.
Wow.
Thank you, Barbara. So glad to hear that you have those earrings and that you enjoy them. If you're looking to upgrade and add the bangle to your collection as well, well, let us get to that because this is another, I don't know what we were doing with the price. I'm sorry, Monvi. But we had an estimated retail replacement on this one of $2,000. Then we took it down to $670. I'm going fast because I just want to get to what you're actually going to be paying. Then it went down for clearance for some reason to $569.49. But we're still, despite all of that, going to let you use that live 25 discount code during the live stream. It'll stay active for, Elvis, did we ever get like a full answer on how long that code stays active?
Yes, 24 hours.
24 hours. So you have 24 hours from when I'm speaking right now to still use your live 25 discount code on our website to take advantage of that 25% off, which is going to take it down to $427.12. Or if you want to take advantage of our budget pay, if you love this piece but you just can't swing the $427.12 today, well, split it into 5 equal interest-free budget payments over 5 months for $85.42 per month, and this will be yours. We're not going to wait until you complete those payments. We're going to send the bangle to you right now, and you're going to enjoy it. You're going to love it. You're going to wear it to all those holiday parties. You're going to wear it. I mean, there's so many great opportunities to wear this too, and that's what
100%.
the other thing, I know we talked about it with the earrings, but just it's so great for dressing up, but it's also great for everyday wear. This looks just as comfortable and elegant and fine at the office as it is going to be out on a date,
True.
out to a cocktail party, out to wherever.
True.
And just, I mean, that's with your vermeil over, but I mean, just the sheer weight of this as well, all the metal that goes into it, all the labor that goes into it. There's just so much to appreciate about that part of your kaleidoscope collection. And we're on to the necklace that I knocked off of its display earlier and hit off to the side. Oh, and he's got them. At least he's got all these ones hiding off to the side here.
I will present. It's a beautiful flexi choker necklace that once you put on is like a beautiful statement necklace that you can wear every day. You can maybe layer a smaller, tighter necklace with it or a longer one. And it really gives you that pop and that versatility with how easy it is to take off and then retain to its size. So it's a very cool piece. This is the one in platinum over sterling silver with the mosenites. And then this is another, which is just the yellow gold vermeil with the mosenites. So it's a really pretty everyday piece that offers that cool technology aspect behind things as well.
Tell me more about this collection. This one,
Yes.
we had the bangle.
We had the bangle earlier. It's basically, again, the Solmar collection inspired by that shore meeting the sand and that glistening that happens with the sea foam and the sand, and that is represented with that moissanite scattering into abyss.
I'm so glad you were here to try it on. It's not going around my neck, but to show how,
Yes.
I know this looks a little bit intimidating. How are you going to get it
Yes.
on? But we saw how easy it is to just
Get
get it
flip
right
it a
on.
little, and then you just hook it onto your neck, and it stays.
And here, this is kind of part of the secret behind that. If I show the back of it and just look at that architecture, because that's what it is back there, just to kind of create that nature where it does give you that flexibility with you have 1.8 carats of moissanites in this. We're calling it a 16-inch. And of course that's fixed because of just the nature of the flex in this. But I love how much metal you did put on the other end of it as well. It doesn't just go off into a nice thin little tail. It widens back out. It's very generous with the metal and with the design right there. 210 round moissanites. Again, just the way that... I don't know what you were thinking. I have no idea what you were thinking. And again, just that same way that, as with the bangle, what was the number on the bangle, Ellis?
That bangle was our previous, 109.
109 was the bangle, 110 is the necklace. Okay, I guess we jumped around with some numbers there. But again, just the way that they're more densely populated along the bottom edge there, and then just kind of like those waves crashing against the shore, those sea foam, those bubbles. I mean, again, even when I say that, I like to listen to a lot of white noise when I'm sleeping, so I'll listen to like the waves crashing against that. So it's real easy for me to go, yes, that's beautiful calming, that beautiful calming feel. But it feels so durable at the same time. It flexes so easily thanks to the architecture of the piece. But yeah, it's just so durable as well, and so elegant, and just that spiral, and just you're not going with the easy math. You know, you're not just calculating a perfect circle. You're
No.
calculating a portion of a spiral.
Yes.
And that's not easy.
Which is not easy, yeah. But in the engineering behind this piece, I think there's a lot of technicality, and that adds to that beautiful, again, process of owning this piece.
Exactly. And to own this piece, matter of fact, okay, so everyday Shop LC price on this already blown out of the water with $399.99. But again, live 25 discount code still available. Be sure to take advantage of that. This one is, what did I just say? Sold 101, sold 110. Comment sold 110, Facebook, Instagram, we'll send you the link to it. Do not forget to use that live 25 discount code, because when you do, that takes it down to $300. $300 for such a beautiful designer piece of jewelry that's so easy to put on. You have your option between the platinum over and the gold over options. So whichever one suits you, or just get them both, and then you have your warmer color option and your cooler color option. Although that's what's so beautiful about having kind of your platinum and your gold. Even though one's a little more warm, one's a little more cool, they still match with anything.
I agree.
They still match with anything. I love the motion in them. I just love, like as I said, how it doesn't just taper down to nothing, and it widens back out to meet the demand of where, like just where that spiral kind of comes back into place here. Is this portion gets thinner, this portion gets wider to kind of fill in that gap with one another. Again, that's why we're here with Manvi, who's designed all these and has done such a great job doing it. And again, it's not even the part that anybody's going to see, but I'm in love with just the detail in the back. I mean, it didn't have to be these cross X's. It didn't have to be this, but they're building a new overpass near where I'm at, and I'm seeing all the like reinforced steel going up. And that's how they're kind of doing it too with those cross patterns. And it wasn't strictly necessary, but it's just that attention to detail. But it takes that much more thoughtfulness. It takes that much more labor, and it's just such a great opportunity to appreciate that thoughtfulness and that labor and get this amazing piece. Take advantage of it. As I said, $300, or if you want to split it into your budget payments, just $60 a month, 5 months, interest free, and these necklaces will be yours with all their moisanites, all their sterling silver with platinum or gold over, and wow. The way that they flex, the way that they move, that's just an architectural feat. And we have 50 minutes left in our show, and what do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 pieces to get to, if I'm not mistaken.
We are at the top of the hour, so if you guys want to give your reintroduction.
Oh, I read that wrong, because I'm not used to being out here at 11, but yes. Hey, you are watching the Shop LC live stream. I am Casey Ford. I'm here with Manvi, the designer behind the Clarte line of jewelry. Here we are at JCK with Chuck and Kim, and while Jason's hiding in the background, there I am off screen in the corner, just trying to find some of the best designs that JCK had to offer this year. And what we found was Clarte. We found these amazing designs. We are sharing them with you, and actually we're going to kick off this second hour with one of the actual award-winning designs. With the Geode, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, the Geode collection, which we have some of the manufacturing videos for behind the scenes. Just to get some other top of the hour type things off our chests. We also have our sweepstakes happening right now. If you go to our website, click to the right, you'll see where you can enter our sweepstakes, the Holiday Spectacular sweepstakes. Today, you have the opportunity to win a 55-inch smart TV from TCL. And runner-up today will also get a $100 Shop LC credit. There's no purchase necessary. Just click enter now on our website. Give us the information that we're going to need to send you your TV if you win. And that's why we want the information. So you gotta share it with us. Them's the rules. But we're doing that all through November 23rd. So you can enter every day. We have a different brand new prize every day. There's a Moissanite ring coming up. There's a Dyson cooling fan. There's an Opatra glow mask. There's an air fryer. Something new and fun every day. So don't miss out on that. Enter every day. And also, one thing I forgot to mention yesterday, and I want to make sure we get to it today, we also have the Your Purchase Feeds program here at Shop LC. That means that every time you purchase anything from Shop LC, whether it be through the live stream, through the live broadcast, through our personal shoppers at 888-835-2237, call them up if you have something in mind. If, oh, hey, I love this, but I saw that there was a different design, or, oh, was there a ring as well as that bangle? call up our personal shoppers. They will do their best to help you out. They are right in the same building as we are, just way off to that side. I can go shake their hand right now if I wasn't out here busy trying to present this beautiful jewelry. But our personal shopper number is 888-835-2237. But no matter which way that you shop, anything that you buy, we provide a meal to a child in need of a school day meal. And thus far, it was a couple months ago at this point, I need to get the new tally, but we recently hit the 50 million meal mark, meaning you have provided 50 million meals to children in need. We are partnered locally with Backpack Friends in the Round Rock area in Texas, just outside of Austin, Texas, where we're at right now. We are partnered nationally with No Kid Hungry, and we are partnered internationally with Akshaya Patra, who provide meals particularly to children at school in India. And it's just a wonderful program that we're a part of, and you're the ones doing this by just shopping with us. We want to make sure that we're putting a little bit of good into the world. So I want to thank everybody out there for shopping with us, because you're not just taking home beautiful designer jewelry, you're also putting meals in front of children who need it, and you're just making the world a better place. So want to get that out of the way. Again, I'm Casey Ford. We are here in our second hour of the Clarte collection with Manvi, and we are getting to her award-winning designer geode collection ring.
I love this ring, not because of award winning, but
It's a beautifully architectural inspired collection, inspired by natural geodes that form. And the whole ring is very cool with its way of its shank. It's all faceted, and then right at the center, this is a malachite. And the process, once the video plays of how this was made, is very technical, and then it's all cut into the malachite are placed these culettes of mixed shape moissanite, and then the side panel is embellished with scattered multi-sized moissanites as well. So it's a beautiful ring that really is a showstopper for anyone's collection and can be versatile
to add to other rings as well.
Now, thus far, just about every piece in the show has strictly been moissanites and metal.
Yes.
And wow, I mean, what a medium to work in the first place. But this is the first piece that we have, at least in the show. It might be the only piece that we have the matching pendant as well coming up, I assume, next. This is one of the first times that I've seen working with a different gemstone besides moissanite.
Yeah.
So, I mean, tell me more about malachite
Of
and
course.
how it inspired you.
I just love the color green. You guys can see it through my packaging. I love green, and malachite is just a beautiful stone with the way it's grays with whites and that marbling that happens with the play of white and green. I just love that as in a stone. And I think on the website you guys can also find this ring in black onyx or mother of pearl. So if those are stones you guys prefer, that variation is on the website as well. So it's just a beautiful ring that adds that touch of versatility and natural elements like that formation of geodes that happened that inspired this collection to begin with.
Beautiful. Thanks, Stephanie, for joining on TikTok, and Rockin' Heart, and Unexpected Spice, and Lila. But yeah, I just want to show off. I love your packaging as well. I mean, I don't want to get away from the ring too much, but just that green pouch that it comes with, just that beautifully finished box. And this was our Sold 101, the very first piece that we started out with. But yes, we sell those boxes out here. And actually, yeah, the big one for the
necklace.
For those necklaces, the choker that we just did. I'm going to move this onto the side a bit so it doesn't block the TV anymore. But well, yeah, just that big old pouch, just no detail spared. So much thoughtfulness put into these collections. So
Here's our geode inspiration video.
yes, this is that manufacturing process that you were talking about.
Yes, it starts with sketch, 3D model, goes in the process of being made after this, and then you see the finishing behind this ring, how detailed that part is, for especially as technical as this ring is. And here, the culettes and the burnishing happening. It's a beautifully processed ring. And with all the culettes now inserting in that cut metal, cut malachite. And here you can see the engraving and then
the engraving, and again your secret moissanite, which I was just admiring off to the side here on the inside as well. I want to do my best to show you just that inside, and I also want to try to show you just this profile view and just how angular it is. It's almost an octagon on the outer edges, but it's obviously a circle on the inside for your finger to comfortably fit through. But again, I'm getting kind of a quasi Art Deco, but a contemporary twist on that Art Deco with it. And again, just those different moissanites set there along the edge of it. Your round cut moissanites, but again, it's never simple with you. It's never just these straight, simple rows. You put that effort into making this organic feel like they're bubbles off to the side of something that also has these geometric lines. And just working with that malachite in the way that not all malachites have those straight banding lines throughout them, but that you've selected the malachites that do have that.
Yes.
Because it can be such an organic looking gemstone,
It
but
is.
you've really twisted that malachite into something that fits just those geometric shapes, these trapezoidals. Yeah, I mean, it's basically all trapezoids. And it's so hard to make trapezoids play well with one another.
Yes, it is. It really is. But this element of that mixed shape head with the malachite, it truly adds that element of funness and playfulness as well.
And just looking at each little window that you're going to have in the architecture of your ring, as I do my best to just kind of rotate it around there. I mean, this is a ring that you really just need to have so that you can admire it from all these same angles that I'm doing my best to help you admire it from. But once you really see the way that this all comes together, it's really, truly breathtaking. And as Bobby said, there are different gemstones in this one that you can find on our website. This one is Comment Sold 111. Comment Sold 111, that means we send you a link to our website, and then from our website you can make your decision from there. Just check out like you would at any other online retailer, but we have the Mother of Pearl and we have the Black Onyx iterations as well. But I truly love the green in this and just that splash of color. But if you want to stick with more of your neutrals, they're available to you. But just Comment Sold 111 to make sure that we give you the link so that you can see what those options happen to be. But again, you're showing me the necklace, or are you popping? But we're on the ring still. Okay, everyday low price on your ring would be $169.99, and really for the design work, for the manufacturing work, for just the ability, like you said, with the culettes, and how I can see how they're poking through the backside of the malachite in the gallery view right there. Seeing all that work, seeing all that detail. So already $170 makes no sense to me whatsoever. But you're still going to be able to use that Live 25 discount code, taking it down to $127.49, or split that into 5 monthly budget payments of $25.50. $25.50. That might be like 2 of my subscription and streaming services, or maybe 1 of yours with the ad-free. But wow, to know that you can own this, and just with all those moissanites, and those mixed cut moissanites as well. If we ever get kind of a still of this one here, you don't need to get quite there. But yeah, your round, your pear, your marquise, your...
Yes.
I mean, that's just fancy. I mean, I can look at the actual ring.
There's pear, there's marquise, there's round, there's emerald cut.
Oh, okay, and that one being the emerald cut.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, just that, like as you said, that playfulness.
Yes.
There are all those firm, harsh lines in there, but they're not just being serious. They provide that playfulness within the design, and just the way that, as I was saying, trapezoids aren't easy to play with, but you're playing with them here. And we also have, knocking down your earrings. I'm usually knocking all these things out of the way. Actually, they're going to go up here for now, so I don't knock them over again. But we also have the matching necklace.
Yes, that'll be our sold 112.
And this is going to be our sold 112, but I'll let you show that off as well.
So this is basically the geode pendant. It's a beautiful pendant that honors the ring, but in a more different way with how the pendant is designed. But the story is the same, really inspired by natural geodes and that mixing natural formation with geodes. And you can see the mixed shapes right in the center of the malachite. In the back, you can see how they were individually placed on the panel of malachite. And then, yeah, the mix shape burnished side here, and then this little arc of mosenites, right, to highlight and embellish this pendant.
I love that verb that you use when referencing it to the ring. It honors the ring,
Yes,
and I really
yes.
think that's. I try to use that a lot in things, just because it really is kind of meant to. It's not just we've tried to dress the same today. It's
Right.
It is I'm not done with this design yet. I have more iterations I want to use with it. I want to keep playing in this field. And just the way that so many artists, kind of, you have your Mondrians, right? We all, I say Mondrian, and we all know like the type of painting that we're talking
right.
about. Not that you're not stuck in one thing. You're doing so much with all these different portions of your line, but just the idea that I'm not quite done with these trapezoids and these moisanites and malachite and the mixed cut moisanites and the culet drilled in through the beautiful piece of jewelry. And again, this one we have our shop. This is another one. I don't know why we're doing this, but we had the original price on our website of $270. We just dropped that for reasons unknown to $229.49. And as I said, most places you can't stack coupons. It says no. We already took that one down. You can't use that coupon on this thing. Well, we're still letting you use that Live 25 discount code as part of our live stream, even on this geode pendant. And that's going to take your price all the way down to $172.49. Completely finished here too. You got your chain that's not going through any kind of bail. It is fixed at your stations at the northwest and northeast portions of it. It's a lobster claw clasp. And this one is an 18-inch necklace. You got your 925 stamp on your... Again, working in vermeil, gold over sterling silver. And here, this is a lot easier to give you that back view from the ring, because I don't have that band to kind of make the image go throughout. But you can see right there how your moissanite is even right there along the back, very visible, very ready. Just, it's even so high polish on the back where nobody's ever going to see it except for you. Yes, and just on either edge, you have almost that 7 of moissanites. And again, graduated in size, starting from the smaller and getting larger and larger and larger as it goes down there. And so many other people would have just said, you know what, I've got a bunch of 1.5 millimeter round cut moissanites. We're just going to put 1.5 millimeter cut moissanites. But to say, no, it's going to be, I'm guessing here. But whatever diameter. But then from here saying, but no, then we're going to taper off and make sure that they come to a point to allow the width of this line of the band to remain the same. But then we're going to get playful on this side too. They're going to be graduated, but then we're going to get back to that kind of seafoam bubbles coming up all over the place. And of course, the fancy mixed cut. I see you can have a trillion in this one, as well as your round, your pear, your marquee. You really just went for all the cuts, all the fancy cuts in this one, didn't you?
Yeah.
Again, no detail spared. Matches the ring so perfectly. The ring was...
Yes, sold
111, and the pendant is sold 112. I'm just going to show them off a little bit together there. Probably look a little bit better if I flip the ring the other way around, but again, and just that, you see how the light even cuts across those malachites. I haven't seen malachite here at Shop LC in a good long while either. The stone I miss, just giving you that that green and a playful green, and just being in the opaques. It's so fun to be playful in the opaque category of gemstones. Do we have different options in this one as well, like with the onyx and the mother of pearl, or are we down to simply we only have the malachite in it, but that's just fine because it's beautiful. So again, if you're interested in the mother of pearl or the black onyx options of the ring, those are available to you with sold 111. If you are on Facebook or Instagram, just comment sold 111 for the ring, comment sold 112 for the pendant. Award-winning designs of beautiful geode ring and pendant or necklace from the Clarte line by Monvi.
Up next, we're going to do another ring option, and I like this.
Which ring are we going to? We're moving on to a ring.
Right.
And, ooh, that one right there.
This reminds me of the year.
Ooh, love this ring.
Here you go.
This is basically the Sea Star ring inspired by
the ocean and how sea rocks are faceted, right, in the ocean of different colors. And here you can see all the multi-sapphires and how vivid they are in color, just glistening and giving that pop of color in this band that is all hand threaded throughout. So it's a really fun texture, really nice band, thick, that can be layered as well as styled with maybe a wedding band, a gold band, or something as similar as that.
So I didn't see this one over on that side. I was getting into how, I think this is the only gemstone that we have besides moissanite. But no, now we have multi-sapphires. And really, when you say multi-sapphire, we're talking multi-sapphires. I'm seeing, and I know red sapphire is technically a ruby, but this is that actual red sapphire that has that kind of deep orangey feel to it. I'm seeing yellow, I'm seeing green, I'm seeing kind of a softer orange sapphire, back to a yellow, back to a red orangey sapphire. I'm seeing almost a paprasha color. And this one down here, and some green, and some blue, and some orange, and I'm just going to end up saying all the colors here, and I'm only about a quarter of the way through the band here. Yellow, green, pink, kind of a soft violet, another yellow, another green, another yellow, and of course some blue, some really soft blue too. That's not always easy to find in a sapphire. I mean, sometimes sapphires just kind of hit you so blue that it's almost like the color doesn't even really transmit through them. But this is just that beautiful, correct shade of blue and sapphire that really lets the light and the color sparkle and shine. So just to have this Crayola box of colors of sapphire, and then, as you said, in your Sea Star collection, I mean, I'm just sensing this inspiration from the water between the sea, as we talk about the waves crashing against the ocean, but also kind of obviously Art Deco art styles, and also with the Starry Night with Van Gogh and all that. So what are other just inspirations behind your design aesthetics?
I think travel and experiences play a huge part in my designs. Like, I think I really like to see different cultures. Architecture plays a huge part, and also nature, like water, ocean, like sea, like you had mentioned. I just love to observe what nature has to offer and my experience have to offer, and somehow relate that into fine jewelry somehow.
I mean, that's wonderful. I know it happens a lot with like writers, where I mean, obviously a massively different field, but it's sort of like when they stop experiencing, when they stop traveling, when they get too stuck at the typewriter. I mean, no one's like on a typewriter these days. But if you're not out there experiencing, if you're not out there seeing, if you're not out there getting inspired, it gets harder and harder to produce, to generate, to be creative, and to really provide, what you need to as an artist in this world. But wow, I mean, also just the way that this is finished all the way around the back with that texturing. And I mean, we were talking so much about texture, which I so rarely get to talk about out here presenting jewelry. But just also the little windows that you have, those little holes for the light to come through and shine and make the color of each one of those sapphires, 25 sapphires to be precise. And I'm seeing in the details off on the monitor to the side that we have around moissanite, and I got a feeling I know where that's going to be. Yes, your little hidden secret moissanite on the inside of the band there. Doing my best to attempt to show this to the two different phone cameras. Okay, this is actually a great view right here. I'm here like just shouting out colors like a madman before, but now you can see that that's the one I was calling. And sometimes, honestly, when I see jewelry where it's this kind of a mixed array of colors, I'm not seeing those colors hit in the exact same locations, but as far as I can tell, they really are, because these are the exact colors I was calling out. That one being the one I was saying that's really close to a paprasha, that being the yellow, this being the blue, but like a nice soft blue that lets the light transmit through with the green and the wow.
I really like the variety of colors. Each one kind of reminds you of the year and just the friends I've met with different birthstones.
That's
so
true,
what I kind of get out of that design. So I'm really fascinated by that.
That's so cool,
Yeah, Elias really loves this one behind the scenes. But yes, with your 25 sapphires weighing in at 79 points, it's over 3/4 of a carat of sapphires. And to think that this is another one, I don't know what we were doing. I feel bad about it almost. $190 any other day. But then we marked it down already to $161.49. But then we're still letting you use that Live 25 discount code I've been talking about all morning with you. So use that Live 25 discount code to get your price all the way down to $121.12. $121.12 for sapphires, for gold over sterling silver, for that, just all the craftsmanship, all that work. I mean, I really just don't want you to take for granted the texture. I'm showing the back of the band here, and a lot of bands on the back here, they've just kind of would have smoothed it off, made it a little bit easier, taken a lot of the pressure off. They didn't do that. They don't cut any attention to detail when it comes to the Clarte line, and that's what we love about it. But wow, how many more pieces do we have to get to? I'm kind of trying to clear it out a little bit so I don't move backwards on accident too aggressively.
We're actually going to do a duo next.
The duo.
They are matching pieces.
A duo, some matching pieces, Elliot says. Some matching pieces.
I'm a big fan of the ears, but we'll jump to the ring first.
We will start with the ring. This is the Vera collection.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about the Vera.
Vera collection is basically inspired by asymmetry and like the peekaboo effect of jewelry. In the ring, I will show you. It's a beautiful ring that basically encompasses two pairs in a more different way. So you can see the bigger pair is right there with that little pair dropping, and it basically resembles, if you ever go out in a fresh rainfall, how water droplets get caught and then they fall. So it's basically that realm, and it plays with that asymmetrical feeling. And this again has a comfort fit where it hugs the finger right here, so it's not painful to wear, and very easy with the tapered shank at the sides. So that's the ring.
It's beautiful, and like we say, clearly water. I mean, not just ocean, of course. Now
Yes.
we've introduced raindrops. Man, it's been so dry here in Austin, Texas.
Yes.
I know you're not aware of that, not being out here, but we finally got some rain the other day, and it was just like,
good.
oh, finally, after nothing for months practically, but just it being such a sensory experience. So it's not just what it is with the ring; it's what it reminds you of. What it symbolizes, what it brings to your mind. Just like when I was holding one of the bangles, and you talked about the seashore. I can hear the waves crashing, and now when you're talking about the raindrops falling, I'm smelling that petrichor.
Yes.
That beautiful smell that you kind of get when you just nice,
Fresh ring.
that nice fresh dewdrop laden grass in the backyard,
That's true.
and all those beautiful things. But again, we're back to these moissanite, and that same thing that we had with your Gatsby collection, with your round cuts mixed with your baguette cuts. And again, too, just the way that it scoops around here, but this part of your pear loops around and overlaps the top of it. So it's just gives that more, again, just that attention to detail, just that beautiful look, and just how open it is, where it's the negative space. Your finger itself becomes part of this design.
Yes, that's what it is. That peekaboo, that negative space, playing with the whole form of the overall ring.
That peekaboo, that negative space, and just that your skin tone is going to complement this as well, and it's going to complement your skin tone no matter what that skin tone is. So this is great for anybody. And again, this one, everyday low shop LC price, $109.99, but not today, not during the live stream, not when we have Monby in the studio. You're going to use that Live 25 discount code, and that's going to take it down to $82.49. I mean, and this is designer jewelry. This is strictly designer jewelry. I mean, where else can you go and get designer jewelry for that kind of price? And if for whatever reason, I love it, but I can't do that today. Well, 5 easy interest-free budget payments of $16.50. Now we're back into not even one streaming service, not even one with the ads, none of that stuff. But again, your round cuts, and I'm seeing just the tapered, a larger round, 2 smaller ones flanking it, and then just
Full
putting the
channel
assortment
set.
of your all channel set too. Tell me how hard channel set is to do.
Channel setting is so difficult because it requires a lot of precision, and it can't be too tight of a channel because then stones break and won't fit. So it's a very technical manufacturing process of setting, and this ring truly that highlights that channel setting in its best form.
It's so difficult whenever, it's a sort of it's almost like a dirty joke. You can walk up to any jewelry manufacturer and be like, channel setting, and they're like, oh,
No,
they just cringe, and they
Yeah.
get so uncomfortable because it's, and like you
Very
said,
technical.
too tight, hurts the stones. Too loose, stones go bye-bye.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Very technical.
Very technical. I mean, so technical. It's especially why the price on this one is... And I'm going to do my best to show this gallery view here so you can see how that part of the top... I'm going to kind of jump back and forth here. But how this lip right here does stand up.
Yes.
It is above. You know, there is some three-dimensionality to it. It is
exactly.
this
It's not
very
just even.
simple, delicate, almost spiral staircase of sparkle and moissanite channel set going upwards, which only makes that channel setting all the more difficult. It's difficult to show, so I really hope you take advantage of this. I really hope that you get this delivered to your doorstep so you can look at it the same way that I'm looking at it and really admire it for what it is, which is absolutely stunning. Again, that negative space pair and that positive space pair, just giving that double raindrop. It's a happy ring. It's a beautiful ring. It's a very inspired by nature ring. As Mombi was saying, inspired so much by nature, but also by architecture and art, and trying to bring those different worlds together. Wow. What else do we have coming up? I know we have another ring. We have a pendant. We have, the earrings that I believe are those part of the same line
This
as
is part
the
of
bangle?
the Solmar.
The Solmar line.
Ocean
Well,
one.
those ones, and then also
Those
these ones
are-
with the sand finish.
Yes. Yes.
And Alex, I know you were kind of showing this necklace before, but it seemed like there may have been...
Yes.
We'll get to that one as
I'm
well.
still waiting on a response from them.
Okay, he's waiting on a response for those ones. Oh, and we of course have the matching earrings to go with this ring. But so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just want to make sure that we're paced out perfectly well, so we're not rushing too hard on any of these because they all deserve our time and attention. We have half an hour left during our live stream with me, Casey Ford, and Monvi here with the Clarte collection. But yes, it appears that we're moving on to the earrings.
So these are my favorite.
The Vera hoops, because they have that inside out ability where if you look to the side, when you put this in your ear, it creates an inside out effect very, very, very naturally. So it looks like it's going in an infinity loop in your ear. And again, inspired by that dewdrop falling from a fresh rainfall on a flower, on a branch. It has this fluidity to it as an earring, and that infinity truly translates really well.
Again, I mean, this is such a larger presentation than
Yes,
the ring.
true.
I mean, it's still the ring. Actually, I'm going to put a rule on that ring before we're completely done with that ring, just to help people get a sense of that scale. Again, you don't play easy with this 3/4 of an inch. We're definitely at
It's
about...
never perfect measurement.
We're at about 7/8.
Okay.
We're at about 7/8 with that one. But again, beautiful presentation on the ring. But doing that, so now I should get right into the earrings and give them a sense of the... And that's going to be 1 inch and 5/8. Top to bottom with, again, I'm just going to take one of these off of here. You've got the, These are interesting backs.
It's just like a hoop lock.
It is just like a hoop. I don't know why I'm just struggling with that one a little bit. That's just my... But no, I mean, look at how cool this is. I mean, I'm just not familiar with it, but you're going to get so familiar with it so quickly. Just that hinge there.
But just a little different hoop.
Yeah, it's a hoop, but just a little different, where it just goes up against that post, locks into place perfectly. And I don't think I've ever seen this before, where you seriously channel set moissanites along the hinge of the back post, essentially, I mean, because of the design, like my language for it, like the backs to this to that, isn't what it would typically be with your standard earring anyway. But look at how those moissanites are channel set right there. And that just hinges up there, goes against your post. But again, it's another channel set spiral staircase of moissanites, round cut moissanites. And you can see the difference. I mean, it's the length of the post. It's naturally, the length of the post is the amount that spiral staircase of sparkle comes up and around. You've outdone yourself again, and you've been outdoing yourself with all these designs all morning long. And again, with that same motif that you've had with
Yes.
so many of your pieces. Your baguette moissanite, your larger round cuts, and then your smaller round cut moissanite there. And again, I know we've talked a little bit about moissanite, but since it's been in so many of these pieces, let's talk a little bit more about moissanite and why you use it in so much of your jewelry.
I think moissanite's a great replacement for diamonds because of the brilliance that moissanites have and how they're clean, they're flawless. And so that brilliance translates very well. And in order for me to give the highest quality, I really didn't want to go away from moissanites because I think they are the best after diamonds. And the vermeil or the platinum or sterling silver adds to that brilliance of fine jewelry while still making it a very attainable piece of jewelry.
Exactly. I mean, moissanite's been taking the world by storm. I think it's still a little bit shy of reaching its peak in popularity, but that's all the more reason to get in on moissanite now before
Before it peaks.
Yeah, before it peaks and before people start marking it up to. So it's not going to be brought at these. I'm going to cheat a little bit and just use my little phone camera or my phone flashlight to see if I can tease a little bit more sparkle out of. There's my dog. There's my dog Fenrir. Okay, it's not working too great with these studio lights blurring it out, but it's just you have to unfortunately take my word for it. You get so much sparkle out of moissanite. I mean, just look moissanite up. You don't need to take my word for it at all. But this sparkles so brilliantly. And again, I just love how the back of the earring back is just incorporated into the design so well. Goes against that post, nice and secure. Matches the ring that we just had. Let me try. I mean, this is kind of a silly way but just to show how one is kind of inscribed into the other. The earrings are a little bit larger, but that's kind of that look that it goes for with the negative space, with the positive space. Beautifully matching, just another beautifully crafted, so much labor involved, so much, not just the design, but just the challenge of, okay, here's the blueprints. I gotta build that? It's one thing to sketch and draw something that's beautiful. It's another thing to then actually make it come to life.
You definitely need, the technicality has to be there for sure, yeah.
Again, now it looks like we're moving on to a La Fleur collection pendant. I'm just still in love with these earrings and can't stop showing them off, but we are moving on to this one.
This is honestly one of my favorites because this represents that dewdrop on a fresh rainfall day perfectly well. This is basically a flower that was, when I designed it, I saw this flower in Hawaii where it was a fresh rainstorm and I went out and I saw this flower just beautifully dripping in rain. And that's what this moissanite represents on a satin finished flower. It's not high polish. It has that texture with the bail embellished again with moissanites. And a fun element is you can switch this bail, flip it right here, and have it a plain gold bail too. So it adds to the versatility behind the piece.
Again, no detail left unthought about. Just such a thoughtful design, just a thoughtful collection with everything. Wow. And yes, again, we're talking about texture once again now with satin, as opposed to the sand, as opposed to the high polish. And just not forsaking texture as another element of art, another element of jewelry design. And just the way that does so simply with that bail. Flip around. And how many moissanites do we have? We have 84 round moissanites. Again, I mean, just the difficulty of setting all that. And again, nature coming back into play, but also after a rainstorm, we're still back in that nature and water and rain and Hawaii and island on the ocean and just the whole swirl, putting all those elements into a blender of your life experiences.
Definitely.
And it's been a while since the very top of the show, so you're just talking again about the line at large and your family and what that means to this as well.
So when we initially launched Clarte, it was me and my mom's mission, and the vision behind the brand was to empower women and for a fine jewelry company to come out that thinks of women before the jewelry selling process comes into play, whether that be comfortability, whether that be attainable pricing, whether that be quality, craftsmanship, transparency, all of those variables in play. And I have my background in jewelry through my dad. He's been in this industry of luxury fine jewelry for over 40 years. So growing up, I have learned from him. And my love for fine jewelry has always been there through art and my degree in art. And yeah, that's how it was launched. And a fun fact that I guess I forgot to mention is that Clarte means clarity in French. So it again goes to the 4 C's of diamonds and the fact that we are very transparent with our customers.
Yeah, I'm glad we went back to recover that. We get so excited, we get ahead of ourselves sometimes. But just to go back to the basics of it, and again, the art degree, and again, yes, the clarity.
Yeah.
And yeah, that I can tell that all these are designed with certain clarity of
Yes.
purpose in mind. And as you said, not just compromising to the needs of the jewelry industry,
Yes.
or is this going to be easy to manufacture? Is this going to be easy to? But just saying, no. Like, what do we want?
Exactly.
What do we want, and how can I make it not so that it's this, but so that it's attainable to the people who desire this, who are going to want it. Hey, let's make sure that's something that they're going to want and love, because you're going to bring that experience to it. And again, I just want to give them a sense of the size on this. This is 1 1/16 inch.
Always the
But I love that about it, as I've been saying, because you don't just say I'm going to make an inch.
Yes.
Well, because that's what other designers do. Exactly. Just make it an inch.
And it adds to the uniqueness of it.
It
that
adds
it's
to the
so
uniqueness.
uniquely crafted that it's not generic.
And just I dabble in certain creative things, but just when you don't have too many guidelines, you don't have too many boundaries. It's this because it's meant to be that. I mean, I come from more of a film background, and the joke was that when they made 35mm film, it was just that George Eastman just kind of put his thumb out and said, it should be about that big.
That's it.
And then they put a ruler on his thumb, and it was 35mm, and that's why there was 30. That's why it's 35mm film. It's probably apocryphal. It's probably just sort of a tall tale, but just that kind of we're just making here. We're just inventing. We're just playing loose. We're playing fast, and we're going to make it the way that it's meant to be. But again, a beautiful pendant from the Lafleur collection from Clarity. An 18-inch chain with it, of course, 40 points of moissanite set into the petals of this beautiful flower. You got easy to operate lobster claw clasp right there, nice and dainty, but simple to operate. If I can do that like that, just like that, simple, nice and easy, then it's easy to operate, because I'm not too familiar with that or anything. But again, this is another one where we had it marked at an estimated retail value of $500. Then we marked it, so we put it at $180. Then for some reason we said, no, what about $143.99? And then we put it here during the live stream and said, you know what, we're still going to let you use that Live 25 discount code. And when you use your Live 25 discount code, that's going to take your price down to $108. Just $108. You get the chain, you get the pendant with its satin finish, but you even did the high polish on the back.
Yes.
On the back of the pendant. So you even went with 2 different textures in the same piece, even on the side that isn't going to be seen by everybody. So again, just that attention to detail. I mean, that's why I'm so glad. That's why I came out here for even a morning show, which I usually don't do, because I was so excited to be able to talk to the designer, hear the inspiration behind these pieces, and just get to the bottom of an amazing jewelry collection. But now we're moving on to the Silmar earrings.
So these are the Silmar earrings that we had.
Its bangle and choker earlier in the show, but it's basically a faux hoop design that looks like a hoop to the naked eye, but adds that little edge while being like that faux hoop design. And it's again inspired by the glistening and that sea foam meeting the sand and that scattering that happens with that into an earring. And it's a beautiful everyday hoop that is easily adaptable to everyday life and wear.
Easily adaptable.
Yes.
And I believe I brought out the bangle again just to kind of show you. I mean, look at how well they coordinate. I'm just going to put the bangle right here on the stand with and try to hold it up. So if you were interested in that bangle, and that's right, we also had the choker with this one as well. So if you were interested in any of those, they just make a beautifully coordinating suite. Thank you to Kathy on TikTok who's joining us, and Amelia and Lila. Just so great to have an audience out there. Any questions for us before we wrap things up in 15 minutes? Go ahead and send us a message. We'd love to hear from you. We'd love to interact with you. So don't be afraid of us. We don't bite, or we can't anyway, because we're here in Austin, Texas. Finally getting some closer to fall weather. These are also nice and simple with the butterfly backs. Butterfly backs, again, I'm going to get the ruler on this one so you know the diameter of your hoops. Oh, hey, what are you doing this time? This one's an inch and a quarter.
Yeah,
this one was easier. This was easier.
Nice
It's a
and
happy
easier.
medium where it's still a good size hoop, but without being too big or heavy on the ears as well. So
That too. I mean, yes. I mean, it's a substantial weight, but it's not a weigh you down weight.
Yes, and
Quality,
that's important in earrings for sure.
of course. But just that quality. You didn't skimp on the material, but you
Yes.
didn't
Yes.
weigh it down where it's gonna. You'll feel them, but
Yes.
you're not going to be dragged down by them.
Yes.
They're going to keep you light and effervescent and feeling great throughout the day as you wear these. Again, another one where we estimated retail that we put on these was $1,750. And just for the labor, just for the design, just for everything involved, that makes total sense to me. Then we took it to $200, which also, I mean, come on, that makes sense. Then we dropped the price on clearance for reasons unknown to me to $170, but you can still use that Lab25 discount code, and when you do, that's going to take it down to hang on. Okay, never mind. $127.49. $127.49, or 5 easy interest-free budget payments of $25.50. Wow. And I believe coming up we have
We are going to do our necklace.
a ring and we're doing the necklace.
Yes.
Awesome. We have a necklace, we have another pair of earrings, and we have a ring. And those are going to be our last 3 pieces of the show, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, you're correct.
But one last peek at these earrings before we move on.
Here is the necklace. Nice.
The Pear Garden collection. Tell me about the Pear Garden collection.
This collection is very close to my heart because of the versatility and unique mechanism that this necklace has.
But it's basically inspired by the garden and how naturally fruit fall from trees, and that asymmetrical vibe is played with the pear. But the cool part about this is actually this part that hangs is adjustable by this little brooch back safety lock type mechanism, so you can make this as long or as short as you want. And with the jump rings at the top, it gives you versatility to make this as long on your neck or as short on your neck as possible as well. So 2 forms of versatility on length is offered with this necklace, but it's a beautiful piece that really, I think, gives versatility.
Wow. We have it listed on the, I mean, here's one point where I'm going to tell you, don't listen to the description on our website because it's calling it 18 inches. That's just one of the many lengths that this can be. So it is a lot more, or it could be a lot less than 18, depending on your style, your aesthetic. And I love that. It's just a way to, as opposed to having to, oh, I want a choker look. I need to buy a necklace. Oh, I want more of a drop look. Oh, I need to buy another necklace. Well, this is going to have you covered on all of it between, wow.
And that little lock mechanism.
The little lock mechanism. That's so innovative. That's so, I mean, I'm operating it, and like I said, I'm not the most adept when it comes to these
things. It's very easy. You
things.
just move it along that little groove and can adjust it anywhere you want.
And then the drop goes down. Just these graduated beads all the way down to that. I'm just going to guesstimate here a little bit. Yeah, but it's about 8 to 9 millimeters on the largest of your beads at the bottom there, your metal beads, and again, your vermeil gold over sterling silver. Yeah, so it graduates from about 2.5 millimeters all the way down, getting larger and larger and larger as it reaches that, again, that raindrop design with your moisanites. 85 points of moisanites in your design. And are those all? Oh, that's right. You have many of those.
Oh, at the bottom, yeah. 205 moisanites.
205 moisanites. 205 moisanites. Again, you must sketch these things out, and then somebody gets the blueprints more.
And they're like, why did you do this to me?
Exactly. Why did you do this to me? I'm going to be placing moisanites in this necklace all day. But it's worth it.
Yeah.
But it's worth it when you see the end result. And I hope you experience this end result for yourself. I hope that you get to take it home, experience that lock mechanism on the back, find the right length for you, but then decide, you know what, I'm gonna try it a little bit different. I want the drop to go a little bit lower down. I want it to be right at the edge, maybe even. But again,
Such a
I mean, I just did that without even looking at it practically.
And there you go. It gives you the versatility of making a very long chain with slight drop.
Very long chain with a slight drop. And again, Pear Garden collection, 85 points of way too many moisanites. Just too many moisanites. You put too many moisanites in this one. What were you thinking?
What was I thinking?
Yeah, what were you? But again, I mean, at that point, it's not even a necklace anymore, but every single one of these links. And how would you,
It's a unique link, actually.
Yes.
The ball chain is a traditional ball chain with that graduated aspect, but that other chain took a lot of renditions to design. It's a unique link that is not a traditional, like a box chain or a cable chain. It's a really different type of link that I had to design. So it's a Clarte exclusive type thing. But yeah, it's a mixed chain. It's a very geometric design as a whole.
I mean, there was so much else going on with this.
Yeah.
It took me that long to realize that, you even made your own link.
Yes.
You even made your own link just for this
Piece.
Just for this piece. And wow, the way that you have your larger loops
Yeah.
chained together by the smaller ones that are
Crazy.
It really is. It really is the attention to detail, but that's why we're so proud to have
That's
partnered
what it is,
with
yeah.
Monvi and the Clarte line to be able to bring things that are this unique and innovative. And again, I'm just going to adjust it again to make more of a longer drop on this. But this one, again, everyday low shop LC price on this, which I already find beyond reasonable, into the realm of the unreasonable, is $299.99. But Live 25 discount code takes it all the way down to $224.99. I mean, this would be a very choker. I mean, I wasn't really thinking as I put as much of a drop. Well, wait, but I can adjust it here too and make it less of a choker
Yes.
as well. I mean, such versatility, but also such precision. I mean, again, it's been a running theme of your entire line of jewelry, making it very accommodating,
And
but also very precise,
versatile.
versatile, luxurious, but accessible. I mean, I was just telling somebody, I never want to be one thing. I want to be more than one thing.
Life's too short to just be one thing.
Life's too short to be one
Yeah.
thing, and this jewelry really represents that. How you want to be more than one thing, and not have to completely like take off a mask,
Yes, right,
not have to
right.
completely
Adapt.
change your demeanor
Just
or adapt,
adapt.
just to be two things at once without
Yeah.
being hypocritical, without
Yes,
just,
right.
but to thread that needle, to be able to do that. Hats
True.
off to Monvi. We have 2 more pieces, if I'm not mistaken, in the
Correct.
final 6 minutes of our show. It's flown by, but
Really
time
has.
really flies when you're dealing with jewelry this well designed, this beautiful, at these amazing prices on the Shop LC live stream. We are in
Shane Damore.
Shane Damore.
So this is basically an ode to love. So if you see, it's 3 links intertwined and all connected, no gap. An ode to love, and basically inspired by paper clips. I love paperclip chains, and that's an ode to this collection as well. And it's a comfort fit where it hugs your finger here. And again, extreme detail to micro pave at that center link. And it's a beautiful everyday link that can be really adapted to any ring otherwise in your collection.
Another beautiful piece, and yeah, just having that link in it, as you said.
Yes.
Just the way that,
Yes.
how it wraps over on the one side and wraps under on the other, just like a link would. But it's one thing to like just build a chain. It's another
Yes.
thing to make a static
Yeah.
chain
That's true.
in this way. Again, 59 moisanites, including, and the 59th, if I'm not mistaken,
Yes.
is right,
That little bottom.
right here, your little
Yes.
signature right next to your Clarte hallmark. Right there with your 925 sterling silver with platinum over sterling silver, so everything that touches your finger is platinum, but it's not a platinum price. Another, I don't know why we did this, everyday low price, $99.99. Live 25 discount code because you're watching the live stream with me, Casey Ford, and Monvi for the Clarte collection. I can do that math even without the calculator, but I appreciate it, Elias. That takes it down to $75. $75 for platinum over silver and moissanite, beautifully designed. Really comfortable too with its high
Yes.
polish finish, and just I always want to show off just sort of the bottom and the windows at the bottom. All those links, and wow. I mean, this is a nice introductory piece. If somebody's
Yeah.
just, I've loved all these things, but I'm not sure if I can make the plunge quite yet. This is going to be one of your best opportunities to just get your feet wet, check out one of the pieces by Monvi in the Clarte line, take it home, love it, experience it, give it as a gift, do whatever you want to do, cherish it, of course, cherish it.
Cherish it. And it's with my jewelry, one of the biggest goals is that it's heirloom, where you can pass it on for any age of life. It's very adaptable for that case, and that's what I would love. Is like you continue to share it with other people, and it passes along.
True, and I haven't even thought of that just because when somebody says heirloom jewelry,
Yeah.
I think people think of a relatively stuffy aesthetic.
True.
Or just a very classic,
Yeah.
just 3 oval cuts in the
Yeah.
center, which, hey, that's a beautiful look too. I'm not gonna, I'm probably gonna have to present some of that next week anyway.
Yeah.
There's a time and a place for that as well, but to think that,
Modern designs could also.
Mom had good taste.
Yeah,
Mom had
exactly.
great taste.
I want that.
Yeah, I love this ring, and
Yeah.
but yeah, just being able to gift it, being able to hand it down, and
I
just
agree.
admire it for what it is, a piece of art. I mean, I've been saying words like architecture out here. I should probably be saying sculpture as well,
Yes.
because that's a little closer to the scale, of course. But
Good.
again, just an immense attention to detail with these. I believe we're moving on to
Last option.
our final piece.
This is my award-winning collection as well, the Sable collection.
Which is basically inspired by sand dunes, and that matte center is the sand dunes because they're dry, and the mosenites when the sun glistens on sand dunes. So it's a beautiful, really, I wish I could highlight this texturing. It's all hand hammered in the center with the mosenites in that organic wave-like texture, but a beautiful everyday huggy type hoop. Perfect for everyday wear.
Beautiful. I mean, a great grand finale to an amazing
Right,
show.
it shows the hammering really well too.
The picture showing our yellow gold option, we have the, I'm actually glad we have it this way. I've got the platinum over option in hand right now, but this one is comment sold 120. So comment sold 120 if you're watching on Facebook or Instagram. We will send you the link. There's no purchase, there's no obligation. It just means that we send you the link so you can go to our website and see the details that I'm looking at right now. And from there, you have the option between your yellow gold and your platinum.
Now, quick studio shoutouts. We got China joining us, and Sherry joining us, and Steph joining us on TikTok.
Hey China, hi Sherry. Thanks so much for watching. Glad to have you here.
And Steph.
And Steph as well. Thanks so much for tuning in. It makes it so much easier for me knowing that there's somebody out there watching us as opposed to us just talking to the void. So I love hearing from you. Comment anything. If there's anything you want me to, I kind of have been moving some of the pieces off to the side here so I don't get distracted and stop moving backwards. But if there's anything you want me to share or show again really quickly in our final minutes of this presentation, let me know. But again, these are our nice, simple
Huggy hoops.
huggy hoop back. Again, I got a feeling these are going to be a little closer to the, yep, 3/4 of an inch on these as well. But again, just that tapered waves, and they're not some,
Very sculptural.
they're not in a perfect wave with one another. It's not
I agree.
doing that. They're kind of, well, here I can probably just show you the, what do I got to do here with this little puzzle piece thing in this final.
There you go.
Okay, here we are. But just that texturing, as she mentioned. Ooh, and we got JCK playing in the back. Oh, no, we got the earrings again. But you can see how those moissanite's going down either side of it. They're not in perfect sync. It just gives that beautiful organic feel.
Very sculptural. I
Very,
think this
very
is
sculptural. Yes,
as
this
a
is
hearing.
incredible. I mean, I could see this being blown up.
Yes, that would be cool.
Like just that, like in the front
Yeah.
yard of like an art gallery.
That would be cool.
But yes, as you said, that hand hammered
Really, yeah.
texturing on it as well. How many moissanites do we have in this one? I know there's 80 points of moissanites, but I want to give them the 100. You put 50 moissanites. Honestly, that seems like an undercount to me too, though, looking at how many are on the edge there. But it's just flanked by a row of moissanites in that curve going down either edge of it. Wow. Let's get to the price on this, but again, here we are checking out Monty's booth, the Clarte booth at JCK Vegas earlier this year with Chuck and their producer Jason and Kim. But yes, okay. Normally, $229.99 on these earrings. Fantastic price, but you're watching the live stream. So that means that you're going to use that live 25 discount code, which is going to take it down to $172.49
Great.
for platinum or gold over sterling silver with all of your many moissanites and all that design and all that craftsmanship involved.
Crazy.
So that takes us pretty much to the end. But it's been such a great morning with Monvi. So great to hear your inspiration behind all these designs, and just thank you for sharing all of your beautiful pieces with us. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you for having me. I had a blast, and great to be with you this morning and with the whole Shawbells team and family.
So thanks everybody. It's been a wonderful show, and thank you for watching us. You've been giving us the most valuable thing that you can give us, which is your time. So thank you for sharing that with us, and have a wonderful morning.
Okay, bringing TikTok down. Let me end.